What is up, everybody? Sysadmin Sean here with some more Sysadmin news. Now, we've got two news stories we're going to talk about today. There's not a whole lot of info, sadly, but we'll kind of go over what happened and how it affects folks in the IT world. So the first story we're going to talk about today is the McDonald's global outage. Essentially, most McDonald's stores across countries, the UK, Australia, Japan, and a few others were unable to take orders and unable to process payments. They said this wasn't a cyber attack. They said a third party made a error during a configuration change, much like what AT&T released when they had an outage recently. They said, hey, there was a configuration change that went in poorly and it caused this outage. Now, usually super big companies like this, even when they hire third parties to do a lot of their stuff, even we do that. We have hosting companies that handle a lot of our applications so that we don't run them on-prem, so that they're one less piece that we need to manage. McDonald's is no different, just like anybody else. You know, McDonald's doesn't have an IT empire. They have a burger and real estate empire. So they offload a lot of the IT to other folks. There's cost savings there in the form of personnel resources and things like that. What's strange about this one is, again, it feels like they weren't following proper change control procedures, or somebody maybe fat fingered a number, an IP address. I do wish there was a little bit more information because, you know, this was a lot of stores that were out across the world. This wasn't just a simple like, 10 McDonald's in this area. This franchise was affected mostly and other franchises weren't. This was everything. So this was all the way up the chain, probably related to their payment provider, the folks that process credit cards. There was probably a change there that caused a lot of major issue. And it affected a ton of users. They've got 40,000 restaurants worldwide according to this article. So that's a lot of places to be down. The second news story that I want to talk about real quick is the ALGS Apex Legends hack. So if you're not really big in the esports, Apex Legends is basically a sort of battle royale type game. It's, usually in teams of 3 for the competitive scene. They run in a map. Map has zones. You fight other teams. Whoever comes out the victor wins. Hooray. But apparently during a pro game recently, some of pro players were essentially hacked, and they were hacked in a way that made them look like they were hacking the game. An individual got into their install of the game, loaded up cheat menus, and then started setting up things like aimbotting, wall hacks. They could see all the other players, stuff that you're not supposed to be able to do. The players responded pretty quickly with, I'm not doing this. I'm turning off my game. I'm logging out. I'm hacking. I'm not trying to hack, things like that. And this has gotten a whole lot of people kind of up in question, because there's software called Easy Anti-Cheat that is supposed to keep this kind of thing from happening. They don't know how this happened, what was caused by this, why, is everyone vulnerable, or was it just them? There's a lot that kind of goes into everything about this. Now, so far, we only know about 2 individuals specifically at the ALGS event where this happened. A lot of people have basically said, hey, for the time being, uninstall Apex Legends or just don't run it until a better announcement comes out. Because of right now, we don't have a lot of announcements from Respawn. We did get one update in this Reddit thread specifically, which I'll link in the description below, stating that Easy Anti-Cheat did not have an RCE, or a remote code execution issue. So they're saying it wasn't our fault. Something happened outside of Easy Anti-Cheat. But what is RCE? What is a remote code exploit? So essentially, this is a big problem with a lot of different software. We deal with RCE patching a ton in VMware, in SQL, in pretty much any kind of software where you can remotely connect. There's always RCEs out to fix those backdoors, those like bugs that basically occur. And it looks like Apex Legends has one now, because that's kind of what I figure happened. Now, there are some pretty good other, discussion points in this thread that I'll also link in the description, talking about what happened, kind of showing there's a clip of seeing the hack take place, which is pretty cool. I highly recommend you watch it. I really agree with this, that there's a pretty big chance that it was phishing or social engineering. I wouldn't be surprised at all if these guys maybe accidentally downloaded something from somebody that they shouldn't have, and that gave them the backdoor access to modify their game client without affecting Easy Anti-Cheat. Because even though Easy Anti-Cheat is supposed to be protecting everyone from hackers, there are ways around it. There are hacking groups that constantly release new exploits to games that get around stuff like Easy Anti-Cheat and Riot's Vanguard and other anti-cheat software, which is kind of an argument for why do we even have anti-cheat software that has root level access like Easy Anti-Cheat if it can't protect us anyway? It's a pretty reasonable question, but it's kind of like, you know, if you don't want your car to get stolen, lock the doors, but that only keeps out the good people, but you should still probably lock your doors. It's kind of that deal. So remote code execution, it's discussed here. Ransomware, Again, it's something you have to deal with in the IT world just as much as these folks are having to deal with it in the competitive video gaming world. It's a pretty cool, interesting document here. They go over, have other games had RCEs, CSGO, Dark Souls, Minecraft. Dark Souls is a crazy one. Somebody actually hacked Dark Souls to make a dagger that if they logged into your game as a PvP opponent and stabbed you, it made your character do things illegal in the game and got you banned. Their whole purpose was to ban as many people as possible by stabbing them with this knife that made your character do an exploit, essentially. Really creative, but kind of annoying too, because a lot of people just wanted to play the game. And again, here they recommend maybe uninstall Apex Legends for right now. Don't run the game. Wait until Respawn actually releases a statement. And as of so far, there hasn't been what I can find an official statement from Respawn and EA or anybody on the Apex Legends team. I reckon they're probably in panic mode, trying to figure out exactly what happened. They've probably reached out to these players and said, hey, can we have your machines? We want to see exactly what was going on. We want to know what hack was on there and how it got on, and they'll reverse engineer that. There's quite a few other Twitch streamers and YouTube content creators that talk about game development, game vulnerabilities, game exploits, and how they basically it's a back and forth game of we do this and then they do this better and then we do that better and then they do this better. It's another situation like that, and they're just going to have to put out a fix and make an announcement saying, hey, we've got this, we've got a fix, bada bing, bada boom. Problem is they're on a clock. They're losing customer faith that, is their product ever safe? Should I ever run Apex Legends again? We don't really know. But that's it for right now. Tune in for the next one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.